it means a lot because it's like people are not like, for instance, like nine players were drafted from Nigerian descent or Nigerian. Like that's what I do. I have a foundation,
Oh,
Kelechi
really?
Anuna Foundation. Yeah, like I help athletes basketball players come from Nigeria to Yankee, find schools, university,
Nice.
things like and then I do like I'm doing
that makes a lot of sense because we got a lot of talents here.
a lot of talent. Like so people have already took notice, but like I had like 3 big time sports agencies call me a week after the draft, like, oh God, we have to set up something where we do a camp in Nigeria that we can come and scout talent. So like for that is bringing a lot of notice, even more for outsiders to come to Nigeria to develop what's going on, because they know that Nigeria has talent, but the infrastructure is is like we don't have any, like our national stadium. Is that one national stadium? No, be honest. Let us talk true now. Is that one national stadium?
So yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So
if the structures are not there to also encourage grassroots development of the game, it's really not going to get better.
Yeah.
So talking about development of the game, while we are still, just still talking about the structures that need to be changed, at least we know we are making some moves. We brought in Mike Brown, which was a major move.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you feel when you heard that Mike Brown was going to be, the coach of the Tigers? How did you feel, knowing that you've also given your sweat and blood for Nigeria? How you feel?
It was good. It was good. I'm one of those people that's like, I'm more of it's a players type of thing. Okay. Like coaches will coach, but players. But it's good that an NBA coach. Coach LeBron, coach different high-level players that wanted to coach Nigeria. So it was good. So we had Coach Alex Amora. He was the former head coach. I think his first year as head coach was my last year playing on the national team. We won second place in Afrobasket in Tunisia. That was his first year. So he did a good job. First year we went to second place, in the whole Africa. And then I think the best thing is that he helped. What he did was, he now brought along a lot of the newer guys, because his son got drafted this year too. Yeah. So I think that helped. Jordan. Yeah. So that that helped. But with Mike Brown bringing that NBA experience, I believe a lot of NBA guys, would say, oh, okay, this is an NBA coach.
Yeah, because for the Afrobasket, the roster was, I was like, he's just spreading his wings and
just go like
everybody.
That was like the most. I played national team from 2013 to 2017, and that was like the most like awkward type of call it like 2, 3, 4. It was odd. A lot of guys was there. I think the only people that played before on the national team that year was like me, Ike Diogo, Deji Akindele, who else? Akin. There's like maybe up to 5 players that played out of the 13. Everybody else was like their first year.
Fresh. So how was that?
It was interesting, but it was interesting. Like it was interesting. But we had a lot of those guys, like Ike Iregbu. That guy, like, to me, I love that kid. Like, I love that kid. I tell this story to this day. The first day I saw that kid in camp, he was just fresh from college. They brought him to the never played pro, just college.
Really?
He was
wow.
He just graduated. I think that May. In August, he was trying to do. He was in camp. This boy is like, when I say he's good, the boy is good. Like, so that's my thing on him. And then he's like a sponge. He's like a sponge. And even though, like, I know I was an older guy, he started before me. Like, he came in, he battled, he won the starting spot, but he was still a sponge. As like most people, they'll say, I'm starting 5, but the guy was still a sponge. So it's more than basketball with him. He's just a good guy.
Wow.
So I think that's a guy that can build around as well, as a leader of Nigeria and the future of Nigerian basketball.
He's got a great future, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. We'll definitely keep tabs on him too.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at the whole situation with how we are right now, the Olympics, it's going to be next year, and the pandemic has really hit every sport. How is that affecting the basketballers though? How is that affecting them? We saw how the NBA actually happened, and it was the finals. I'm sure people never saw that happening, but it happened, and So what do you think?
It's affecting basketball worldwide. As far as like NBA, overseas, clubs, like as far right now, a lot of leagues were postponed or cut short. A lot of teams abroad, that had like certain sponsorships and things like that, they were cut short because no sponsors. The sponsorships, they lost money. They lost money. Over the course of the year because of COVID. So there's like
finances,
a person that's making 10,000 a month. Person that's making 10,000 a month. The club is saying we can't pay that 10,000 a month. So you're like I'm not going to go play. So now you're relaxing. So it's just different things because of this COVID. But people are adjusting. Hopefully, by God's grace, 2021.
Hopefully, will be better. It has to be better.
Right,
it has to be
right,
better. Okay, so so many times during the NBA finals, we talked extensively about it. We have someone who we analyzed the whole finals with, and I remember callers were actually talking about Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
It's a long shot, getting him for Nigeria, but all the same, who do you think we really need though for the Tigers? Do we need more of Bam Adebayo, or do we need Bam Adebayo and Victor Oladapo's play for the Tigers? Do we need those kind of caliber of players?
Yeah, I mean, they've been trying to get Victor since I was playing on the national team, but I don't really know what was going on with that. But I know he was trying. He tried USA for a lot, but I won't say it's a long shot, but I think he has better chances playing with us than playing with, because his position is very heavy in that. And we need them. Like, it's like this for the female side too. There's so many Nigerian Ogumike sisters.
Yes.
They play for team. Like our come on now.
Exactly.
We should have them. So I think that we could be top 5 in the world if we get all the Nigerian players.
Yeah, be more proactive to be able to get these players.
Yeah.
Because them on our side, we're stronger though than being
with them,
who.
the others. The others, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, if you guys are just tuning in, we are speaking with the Tigers guard Kelechi Anuna. He's right here live, and you guys can join in on the conversation. You can call us up 0700000889. We're taking a look at the national team. Is a free agent right now, looking up to great stuff happening very soon. But what should be done to help improve basketball in Nigeria? I know you talked about structure, because that goes a long way. If you don't have the talents down there at the grassroots, being able to find somewhere they're comfortably practicing day in, day out, and the atmosphere, if it's not conducive for everyday training, I mean, that can mentally drain you. Exactly. So, but what can we do though to improve basketball in Nigeria? You've seen it all. You've been abroad. You've played in other climes. What can we do?
First off is to start back the local pro league. Like, it's been like 3 years almost, no local pro league. Like, there's nothing for the younger ones to look up to. Like, anywhere in the world, no matter if, like, everybody has that goal to play in the NBA, whatever country you're from. But first, it's like, I want to play in my country's pro league. But now these kids are like, there's no pro league.
There's nothing.
So there's like, to encourage boys. Because if you're small, you want to go to the national stadium, see the pro teams play.
But has that lowered your chances of actually going abroad to play? Or foundations like yours, are they still very, very active in picking out these talents?
Yeah, I mean, they're still active, but I mean, like, for instance, they have in Europe, they do this all the time.
Because I know the scouts, they wouldn't have anything to come watch to be able to see the
because
players.
there's no leagues, tournaments. It's like we have people like me come home and do small tournaments, but you want to have a league where you can keep stats, and that, because like, okay, after checking 8 games, you say, this player is averaging 20 points. You're like, okay, let me go to Nigeria and find this kid. So just more leagues, actual official leagues, and instead of all these small tournaments, it's a league for the kids, Or in the U.S. they have the AAU summer leagues and things like that. They just need to create more leagues and then bring back the pro league to encourage people.
I was looking forward to the NBA Africa, but
I think we all were.
Anyway, so let's move on from there, and let's also. What have you done to make the focus on sports be on sports like basketball? Because I started off talking about how Nigerians love their football, right? But what have you done to make people understand? I mean, we've got basketball.
Yeah. For me, it's like I try to push it, especially where I'm from, nowhere. Like, I try to push it down there. Like, I try to, like, if anytime I come home, bring basketballs for kids. Like, for me, it's like once you see it, like, they like football. But if you bring 20 basketballs, no matter how old, you just start dribbling in front of them. Next thing you know, if you leave, you come back, you see them dribbling the basketball. So mine is just to introduce to the younger ones. Just even if it's something like giving them basketball shoe, giving them basketballs, it will encourage register in their brain. And then just bring statistics to the older ones, make them understand, like, not everybody will make it from football. It's like it's simple.
And you know the funny thing is you've got more and more footballers, and a lot of them do not end up even scratching the surface. Like they're just there.
It's simple.
You know, so we need to also look at other sports. It's basketball. There are so many sports.
Exactly.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay, so your career, how would you describe how far you've come so far? You started off telling us how you started with football.
Yeah.
You were there in Atlanta 96, and where you are right now. I mean, you turned a year older, start of the month, right? Yeah. So when you reflect and you look at your life as a basketballer, how do you feel? How do you feel with how you've come so far?
Man, I feel good actually. You know, there's ups and downs in all sports. There's ups and downs in all sports and in careers, you know. But I feel good because I started slow. I started real slow. As a player, I was okay growing up. You know, I was okay as a player growing up. But as I got older, I had to work hard. You know, me and my personal trainer, Marcus Kinzer, he's an American guy. You know, hopefully I'm bringing him to Nigeria to do a camp as well soon.
Wow,
so
nice.
yeah, we worked hard to get to where I was at. And, you know, I had a couple injuries, couple bad agents here and there, but at the end of the day, you know, from where I started until where I ended, my ultimate goal was accomplished, which is becoming a pro and playing for Nigeria. So I was able to do that for 4 or 5 years. You know, I had several caps, tournaments, medals. So my own is to give back to the kids here in Nigeria.
The way I'm seeing you're going to be doing this when you're done playing basketball, right?
Oh,
This
for
whole
sure.
foundation. And trying to get a pool of players from the grassroots.
Exactly.
That's the plan?
That's my thing. I want to like not only like my goal is charity. Like I love giving back, especially at home. Even though I grew up in the U.S., like home is always where my heart is. So it's like to help give back through sports is what I love to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You were talking about where you are and how far you've come in your career. What has been your biggest moment? Biggest moment that you look back to and you're like, biggest moment.
I would have to say when I first got the call to come to on the Nigerian national team.
Where were you when you got the call?
Man, I went to go see one of my friends. She plays in the WNBA, Alicia Clark.
Okay.
We went to uni together. She played for the WNBA champion Seattle Storm. So me and my trainer went to go see her play. So we were driving. It's like a 2-hour drive from Nashville, Tennessee to Atlanta. So we were coming back, and then like Jason Obazue, he was an older player on the national team. He sent me a Facebook message like, "Guy, congrats." I was like,
so you didn't
I didn't even know. I was like, what are you talking about? He said, "Guy, your name is on the training camp list. They were going to meet in LA." And I was like, what? So I checked my email, and I saw the email from the federation. I was like, yeah, so, end up 2 weeks later, end up flying to, it was a long shot too, because I was maybe a first year pro, end up competing, and then we ended up going to the FIBA Stankovic Cup in China.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was like probably one of my best moments.
That's been a ride.
Right.
Okay, so let's also take a look at, because I know I meet so many people and they talk about the MBBF and how they need to do more. What do you think are the problems that the MBBF needs to solve to kick this improvement of basketball as soon as possible?
I mean, it's always difficult when you're on the outside looking in and you're not really, we hear stories of this from so many different sides. But for me, I just believe that it's just like we just need to come together as one. Like, I think it's now people are trying to say, oh, I control BBF, instead of just coming together. Like, other federations around the world, you don't hear people fighting for the control like it's their own property. You get like it's a land situation. Nah, it's not about who's running it. It's about the people that's all inside the goal. So I just think they need to come together as one. And as one, if you have one, problem together as one house, then I think everything will be fine. So, but. Right, I don't tire for that.
One story after another. I'm in charge. I'm not in charge. I'm in charge. Not me. Court cases and all. So I feel like it's also impeding the growth of basketball. But anyway, let's take a look at another African country. We've been talking Nigeria, but let's take a look at Cameroon. They were able to get big players like Pascal Siakam and Embiid Joel to play for the national teams. You've talked about big players we really need to dragging, and this goes for the Tigress also. Are there some names at the top of your head, for the Tigers and the Tigress. You know, some players out there, you know, we need to get this player to come right in.
Off the top, man, so many. Well, you can start off with all the guys that this guy drafted. At least they need to come to camp to prove themselves.
And also, what do they even need to do? Like the MBBF, what's the first thing they need to do? Get in contact with them or what?
Then first they need to, like, I think it's like they need to treat. I'm not saying that they're not treating their players, but it's a standard that NBA guys, you know, expect. And you can't blame them because that's their standard. They deserve to get. They're used to. Yeah. So the first thing they will do is, you know, most players, once you reach out, if a federation reaches out to an NBA player, what they'll do before they make their decision, they'll now call it a former player.
Yeah.
You know, like there's some guys that went to Rwanda for the qualifiers that, you know, they reached out to for the first time. And from Mike Brown reached out to. And these guys, I had like 3 call me, like, bro, Kelechi, like, you know, like, big bro, you feel me, like, should I go, shouldn't I go? I was like, for me, I'm like, look, just prepare yourself for this, but don't ever turn down this opportunity, you know, so I just prepare them for it.
Okay, so they need to get their house in order, first things first, so that, I mean, if they're doing well, the players could also speak well of them when they invite the big shots.
Exactly, and then you know, because that's the thing. So, but as far as I've been, it's been okay, you know. So.
All right. So let's, you know, in football, it's all about Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Messi. But once it comes to basketball, the whole GOAT conversation, is it LeBron James? Is it Kobe Bryant? Is it Michael Jordan? You know. To you, let's first of all ask, I mean, who exactly is the greatest of all time for you? First?
For me.
For you, for you.
Michael Jordan. I grew up in the era where, like, you know, Michael Jordan, that era, when I started loving basketball, Michael Jordan was, like, the guy. The guy, you know. I mean, at that early age, his shoes were the best thing, even though as Nigerian parents, like, God, I'm not paying $100 for that. So I mean, but still, Michael Jordan was the guy.
How far off is LeBron James? If you're picking Jordan, how far off is LeBron James from Jordan?
He's not far as far as like statistics. Like, I just believe the only thing that separates them is that, like, they're 2 different players. Like, LeBron is great in his own world. Like, they're like, to me, it's like 1A, 1B. You know, because Jordan had that killer instinct. Like, this game's on the line. I'm gonna do it. LeBron is like, you know, I'm just gonna make the correct play. Like, instead of trying to, if a football, so I'm just scoring this goal. He's cool with making this nice pass. You know, that's how he is. But
Jordan goes for the kill.
Yeah, but in LeBron is, I will make the right play. You know, so
I'm gonna put you in a fix, right? Let's have LeBron James. Let's have Michael Jordan, your guy, and let's have Kobe Bryant. Pick 2, drop 1.
Hey.
Chai. It's hard. I know. I can't even do it. But yeah, let's see what you got.
I will have to say, you know, may his soul rest in peace. You know, I have to drop Kobe. I will have to. I will have to drop. That's just like for me, Kobe was like, you guys, anybody. Kobe was a killer player, killer mentality. Work ethic was amazing. But if you had to drop one, I'll have to drop Kobe, keep LeBron, keep Michael Jordan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, guys, you can call us up. What do you make of what Kelechi just told us? He said he's going to drop the Black Mamba, rest his soul, but he has to go. So he's speaking Jordan and he's speaking LeBron James. 0700000889, the greatest of all time conversation right here. All right, and let's also hear from you on social media platform. I think I'm going to read some comments right there. You can let us in on your views too. Call us up on 0700000889. How do you do?
I'm fine, okay.
Yes, so welcome. Good afternoon.
Yes, Dave.
Dave, we've got Kelechi Anuna here.
Yes. Help me greet Kelechi. Kelechi, I greet you.
What else, sir?
I want to appreciate you and the Tiger. I think the 2 national team basketball, both the female and the male, they are the only team right now making Nigeria proud. The rest, they are not doing well. I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate your teammates.
All right,
to strengthen you, making us proud. the rest. They should learn from the two national teams. People should learn from the two national teams, the Tigress and the Tiger. They should learn from both of you. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you. Nigerians are appreciating football now. Your football is not in Olympics, all of you. Basketball has been there since. You will be singing the praise of football all the time. Football is breaking hearts, people. So, I mean, basketball making you smile.
Yeah.
But let's go for this. Peter Mai on Facebook Live. He says, basketballer Wayne like to play football. Man, you cute, man. And I wish you luck very soon. You're going to get signed to a successful team. But what's your plan for the future?
Plan for the future is to... Like I said, I'm into my foundation.
Yeah.
Like that's my ultimate goal. You know, I want to get into sports ministry in Nigeria, things like that, just to better the whole youth and sports sector.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm about. So that's what I have in my future.
That's awesome. You should definitely get in contact with the ministry.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. How far?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. On your side. What's your name?
I know this is Benga.
All right, Benga. We've got Kelechi here, the Tigers guard. Hey, sorry, yo. Peter Meyer says, I disagree with Kelechi on the 3 selection box. I ditch LeBron. I keep Kobe Bryant and Jordan. These are heroes that made me watch basketball from childhood.
The thing is, how can Kobe and Michael Jordan play together? They have the same button mentality.
Yeah.
You know, you have to think like that. You have
Two
to be
of the
strategic.
same.
Yeah.
You know.
Not enough ball for
exactly. Okay, let's get some more. But anyway, I'm going to ask you about the Afro Basket. Of course, let's take a look at what your expectations are for the Tigers at the next Afro Basket and also at the Olympics. What do you expect us? How far do you expect us to go?
The next Afro Basket, I believe that we will win. Honestly, I mean that's not even coming from any. I mean, of course, we still have. I think that it pained us in 2019 that we were up. I think 2017. Sorry, we were up and the game just kind of went away. But it was in Tunisia, so we have a lot of players that remember that. And the new group, I think we have the highest chance to win. And the Olympics, I believe that squad that went to the World Cup. They saw that how we were this close to being a lot better. We played strong, played well with a lot of bigger countries.
Okay.
And I just believe that we'll have that boost to go in there. I think we'll play well.
Okay. Let's take a look at Giannis Adetokounmpo. All right, and of course the MVP award. A lot of people have different views, but let's find out. Was it deserved? Did it deserve the MVP award, or was it just an overhype? I said okay.
I mean, me and my guys at home, we talk about it all the time. To me, I wouldn't go as far as say overhyped because he was valuable to his team, but I wouldn't have did that. I mean, nah. And then he's claiming Greece, so
exactly. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't really, I'm not a Giannis fan, but I mean the guy's a B, but it's just not. I don't think he was the MVP.
Yo, okay, so who do you think would have gotten it though?
As regular season, that boy Luka played well too, and in Dallas played well. Of course, LeBron, he's wherever he goes, he'll be the most valuable. Yeah. So between those two.
So it was definitely overhyped.
Yeah, I wouldn't say definitely, but it was overhyped.
Yeah.
It was overhyped.
All right, before I let you go, let's just take a look at 2020. What are you grateful for? That's going to be the last question because this year has been such a roller coaster.
Right.
Yeah. So. What are you thankful for 2020?
Man,
as we wrap up?
Just thankful for life. Just being here. Especially being stuck in Yankee, where it's COVID is running around.
How that side did that? When they do lockdown, what's happening?
Lockdown. Everybody just stay inside house, just relax. They chop. I add weight. I got to reduce as well. Everybody's in the house relaxing, but no. Man, I had some family members that entered the hospital because of COVID. Yeah, but we thank God they made it out.
Yeah.
And it's just thank God for life. Just let and pray that 2021 goes a lot better. Yeah.
All right, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for being right here on Sports Radio Real FM. It's amazing having you here, and we will keep our eyes on you. I know very soon you're expecting to move elsewhere,
Yes, ma'am.
and definitely we're also looking out for your foundation and what to expect from your foundation, and the many stars you're also going to be helping out, and those who you're going to be helping out in the grassroots too. Thank you, Kelechi. Cassie.
Thank you for having me.
But I got until you so Kelendi ndi begi.
How I go talk this one?
All right.
I'm going to Brilla FM. I ain't got home.
All right, guys. All right, it's been a blast right here. Thank you, Kelechi Anuna, and of course, the Tigers Guard, live and direct right here. Thanks everyone for watching us. Thanks to the crew. Thank you, Judo Boji, Asharafa Konibelo. Thank you also to Josh Ikeokoli and Sheya Lukuba, Femi Raji, DJ Voice. Thank you, and most especially, thank you to the Guard, the Tigers Guard. Kese. My name is Oge Chukwu Kamba Ogo. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk some more.